This is the Crossroads of Destiny portal reading for the collective. What you need to know: if this reading is finding you in time, that's fine. Step into the portal that this is providing, okay? We're just going to make some rules up as we go along. And yeah, so it is. Now, what this reading is speaking to, right? We've got, I've asked for 3 questions, or I've asked 3 questions, and these are the answers in cards. The first question is, what truth is rising now that you can no longer ignore? What breakthrough is available to you if you choose this path? And what action or embodiment anchors you in alignment? Okay, so here's the go, right? We're at a crossroads. It's why it's called the Crossroads of Destiny. And I encourage you to go and search for an astrologer who will tell you about this portal. But one of the things I think a few of us recognize, well, more than a few of us, that a few of us recognize is that for the last few years, and then some, we've been working up to this point in time. We've been told to make a choice, love or fear. Choose love, choose yourself. And choose peace. And now, right, the trumpet is sounding, has sounded, is sounding, and the timelines now, from what I understand, are going to start to, isn't the word diverge? And what it is you're choosing, you're going to start to see. So, this reading is to provide you with any guidance to steer you into the path of a life you love, your highest timeline, your soul's true nature and purpose, and a life you love. And if you don't want any of those, you're definitely not going to appreciate this reading. So kindly click away. Otherwise, here goes. The truth that is rising that can no longer be ignored. Now, this came out in reverse initially, and is basically speaking to me, to unconscious or subconscious fears that haven't surfaced yet, or that still need to be surfaced. I mean, if you've got conscious fears, deal with those, face those. But if you are finding that there's still some sabotage going on, in your life, self-sabotage, namely, have a look back there to see what's holding those patterns in place, and face that, face those fears. Make a choice to uncover what's sitting back there. Bring it to the surface so that you can process whatever it is, whatever the fear is. And for a lot of us, often the fear is of ourselves, of facing ourselves and facing our shadow, facing the darkness inside. So bring that to the surface for processing, and choose to love yourself. Choose to love all of it. All of the light, all of the dark. It's how we bring balance to our lives and are able to experience the world in the same way. Right, ultimately what you're doing is choosing love. Okay, so that is basically what this Nine of Swords is speaking to. the breakthrough that is available to you if you choose that path of bringing that fear to the surface and choosing to love all of you and all of the stuff that is within you. It doesn't mean, like in choosing to love all of those parts, it doesn't mean you want to be behaving badly. It doesn't mean that you're choosing to behave badly. It isn't any of that. It's choosing, when you see all of these parts of yourself, to operate from your highest timeline and your soul's true nature and purpose, and to be fully and authentically self-expressed, or committing to embody that aspect of yourself, or your full authentic self-expression. Okay, so the breakthrough that's available to you if you choose this path, we've got the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Page of Cups. With the Ace of Swords, you're going to see the truth of things. The truth of yourself, the truth of the universe, the truth of reality, the truth of how you are the infinite awareness, and how you are the truth, and you are the experience that you're experiencing along those lines. The Knight of Swords. In choosing this path, you're going to be able to basically, this knight is full steam ahead on their horse and riding off into the sunset. I'm going to say actually into the dawn, like into the dawn of the new day. I mean, it's like clearly there's a, it's like we're not quite in darkness here. And it's like this knight is packed and ready to go, and off they are on their adventure, full steam ahead. So, like whatever you've had in mind, or whatever you've got planned, or whatever it is you've chosen, I see you racing forward with that. With the Page of Swords, the Page of Swords generally talks to me, this Page of Swords is about communication, is about, there's also an element of learning, there's an element of discovery. This page is generally inquisitive, curious. A little like the other pages, to be honest, but in terms of being curious. But yeah, there's generally like messaging going on here. Messaging, as I said, dialogue and discussion, and can generally speak to things like social media, receiving messages, divine downloads. Yeah, okay, cool. I was like, okay, where are we going with this? So being able to, I guess, feel tapped in is what I'm getting from this. Feeling tapped into all of the information that is around. How sometimes you can feel like either overwhelm, or you by information, or you can feel like you're missing everything altogether. This, in this instance, what the Page of Swords is saying to me is that as you're receiving information, it's information that is coming through your discernment filter. The Five of Wands talks generally about conflict. It's not always bad conflict. It's just conflict. And juggling of competing interests. So, specifically competing interests is probably another accurate description for the Five of Wands. But again, it's not necessarily a bad thing. When things are scattered, it provides a reasonable foundation for creating. Because, within the when you're looking at, say, the group of Five of Wands, when something is, I wouldn't go as far as using the word disarray, but when things are, I guess, scattered, and and there are, say, competing interests, and like I said, it's not always a bad thing. You are able to look at the picture and see a lot more in that picture, and again, the word discernment is coming up. And I think it's speaking to the ability to discern where you stand with situations that holds you, or it keeps you, or maintains your peace, with the Four of Swords here. But yeah, generally being able to experience peace in spite of, conflict, competing interests. So yeah, I see two things here. I see creating, but I also see creating from this space, but not necessarily being in it. It's more of being a witness to it, while maintaining a centre of peace. A Two of Wands basically talks about planning. It talks about forward movement, or the moments before, or the moment before forward movement. It's working out where you're going, and then moving, or starting to move in that direction via the planning that you're doing. And the page of okay, I wanted to say the Page of Aces, the Page of Cups is about following your heart. And yeah, that is basically the breakthrough that is available to you if you choose the path of discovering what is still sitting there to be processed in terms of your fear. And like I said, for most of us, it's really the fear of one's self. Okay? Get to the bottom of that, and you are basically, I think you're winning. So what action or embodiment anchors you in alignment? We've got the Seven of Cups in reverse. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. This is really cool. I fully appreciate this set of cards as the, I would say, it's an outcome as well as what you're embodying. So these, when you're embodying this energy, it's also outcome. But this as outcome, specifically as the outcome part of the spread, is really auspicious. So we've got as I said, the Seven of Cups in reverse. This for me is clearly speaking to making choices, but making choices that are incredibly intentional. So what are the choices that you can make? This is the question I would ask you. What are the choices that you can make that are aligned with your highest timeline? What is your highest timeline to start with? What is that? What does that look like to you? I would sit down and make a list of what it means to you to be living your highest timeline. What does it look like? What does the world look like on your highest timeline? What are we all doing? What are you doing? What is your soul's true nature and purpose? What are you drawn to as part of your expression? Everybody has a unique purpose and a unique set of talents. And the way to work out what those are, if you don't already know, is to work out what you love doing, basically. Especially what you love doing as a child. It was one of the biggest tells. Most of us enjoyed sitting, creating stuff in the backyard. Some of us love dreaming. Some of us love, as I said, creating stuff, playing with mud, discovery. But there's a part of that if you take a closer look, you'll see what part of discovery that was, what part of creating that was. If you ask me, most of us, if not all of us, are creators. Yeah, we are made in the image of God. And so when you recognize your own role as a creator, you can then look and see what it is you actually want to create, or how it is you want to create. Okay, so this is what the Seven of Cups is talking to. It's like, what is your highest timeline? What is your soul's true nature and purpose? What is your, are you fully, authentically self-expressed? And if not, working out what the steps are for you to take yourself to that place. And I'm going to say there are two things that I've found are true. And one is getting present to yourself, or getting fully present. I mean, there's nothing wrong with performing, if you ask me. Perform, be who you want to be. But also recognize that at the very core of yourself is your you, as your I am, as that image of the Creator. And from that place you can basically do and be who you choose to. If you're choosing your highest timeline, that is what you will see reflected around you. Okay, so that's what the Seven of Cups to me is speaking to. Make your choices, but make them intentionally based on those things that I've mentioned. Oh, and a life you love. What does a life you love look like? Okay, they're all sort of tied together. So, it's not really a difficult process, and it's probably easier, this process, by a long stretch, than this one here of facing your fears. Like going back there, like I just remember 3 or 4 years ago, or whenever it was. Actually, it was about 5 or 6 now. I think that was the scariest thing to me. I was like, oh my God, I have to face myself. I can't even. It was like so hard. Okay, and I'm just going to whip along this line here, which is, like I said, is outcome. And if, like I said, you're catching this reading, like just know that this here is available to you as well. If you're not already on this timeline. Right, it's just a choice. It's a choice, as I said. Start processing your fears, make a choice. And these two here, they're actually key to unlocking a life that you love. Okay? So, and using this portal, this crossroads of destiny, to quantum shift you into this timeline. This timeline of a life you love. Okay, so let me do what I said I was going to do and go along this line here. The embodiment that anchors you into this alignment, your highest timeline. The King of Pentacles, basically taking charge of your own experience in a way that is grounded, right? That is completely grounded. So, obviously there might be some work to do up here to be able to do this, but just trust in the process. Okay, so knowing that this is your experience, that you have domain over your own experience, and that what it is you want to create, you can create. Okay, and then set about doing it, and creating mastery around what it is to you that represents your purpose. Queen of Pentacles is the partner of the King of Pentacles. So, I've got two things here with these two together. And one of them is basically creating divine union within yourself. So recognizing the feminine and masculine aspects within yourself and the sovereignty of all of it. The sovereignty of yourself, but the sovereignty of your masculine and feminine divinity. And as I said, creating this life you love. Really, I don't think there's another pairing that embodies what it is to live a life you love as well as these two, because the kingdom that they create is one that is giving, that is sustaining, that is abundant, that is the Ten of Pentacles basically, which is family, legacy, community, wealth, health. It's the whole shebang. So, this is what this line is talking to, especially these two cards, is creating that around yourself and knowing that it is possible for you to do that so that you can. Okay? The King of Swords is about wisdom. Interesting that he's sitting in the middle here. It's like at the center of this set of cards is this King of Swords. And it is the embodiment of learnt wisdom or learnt experience, mastery over what it is that you've learnt in the course of your life, and choosing to embody that wisdom. Like every time, so stuff doesn't go the way you want it to, and you learn, right? You grow in wisdom from what it is that doesn't work. It's like, keeping that in mind. Or, choosing higher ground, really. Choosing the higher ground. And to act from a place of the words mental mastery come to mind, but it's more than that. The King of Swords embodies wisdom, and embodies wisdom, logic, reason, rationality. But from a place of mastery, it's not like you're not also operating from a heart space. But specifically, it's about the embodiment of wisdom. Eight of Pentacles, getting on with the work, basically. It's pretty straightforward. So we've got a character here who has bent over this pentacle, which is representing itself to as a. Let me hold it up. It's almost like he's at a drafting table, right there, or an easel. It's not really an easel. An easel would be straight up and down, and there'd be paints and things, but it doesn't mean it can't be. It is whatever, I guess, you choose to make it in relation to your own life and your own talents and purpose. But this character is, to me, looking a lot like someone who is inspecting a set of plans. So, get to work, get on with what it is that you've got planned. And where have we got this Two of Wands up here? It speaks to that. And, to wrap up with the Seven of Wands, speaks a lot to boundaries, and to, energetic boundaries, maybe external boundaries as well, but certainly creating within yourself your own doctrine or your own set of rules for how you want to experience the world. It's almost like if we're looking back here at the Seven of Cups, you make your choices, right? Make your choices about what you want to experience. And with the Seven of Wands, create the boundaries, the energy around you that says, I'm going to accept this in my life, whatever this is, and everything else can sit outside of that because it's not part of my experience. So that's it in a nutshell. That is the collective read. And if you've got any questions, feel free to throw them in comments, and I can address them. But otherwise, this is the Crossroads of Destiny's portal. Depending on who you talk to, that portal runs up until the 29th of September. And, the portal is an invitation. If you haven't already started to make these choices, if you haven't already started to face your fears, do that so that you can really enjoy the timeline, right? This timeline, right? This one here. This one where you are creating this amazing kingdom for yourself. All right, choose love, not fear. All right, that's the reading out. So, all right, yay. I'm going to clear the table now, and let's get into some readings for whoever's here. Hi, I don't know if you're still here, Crystal, but if you are, hi, and Queen, hi. Yeah. Raz. Hey, Raz. How you doing? Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Latoya. Yeah, I'm trying to read this. It's got like the little crowns beside people's name. Does that mean that like you're following or subscribed? And sorry I didn't stop in the middle of that reading and say hello. I just wanted to clear the reading so that I could repost it later in its entirety. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, Latoya. I do actually want to prioritise anyone who's subscribed, because it is a grind. I mean, when I say it's a grind turning up, it's not really, because I love reading. But, I am trying to grow this channel. So, I would say, if you want me to prioritise your reading, just make sure you're subscribed, because I will read for you, and I will read for anybody, but I will prioritise anyone who is subscribed. So, Queen, happy to read for you, but are you subscribed? Because I don't know, it's showing what are these? I don't know if you guys can see them, but it shows how do I tell this? There's numbers beside the crowns. Yeah. Oh, you're subscribed. Queen, are you from like the first week? You're angry, actually. Why are you angry? Yeah, and let me just I better get a list here. I did intend to turn up for a while today. Let me just get a list. It might just be that if you're publicly subscribed, because I know I'm one of those people that isn't, like, that is a private subscriber. I don't know what else to call it. So, Queen and Latoya and Binky. Okay, cool. So I'll start with Queen, and go Latoya, and then Binky. Okay, cool. So Binky is YouTube channel. So I've got you third, Latoya. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, you guys like the thing. Ah, awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. And so Queen. So you feel like you're being lied to right now and very, very upset, I see. Okay, so you want me to look into that. Upset. Okay. And you really need a job, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, we'll go into that. So let me do Queen's. Queen's upset. So, and hey guys, it's nice. So I'm here every Friday. So this is Friday morning for me. It's like Friday morning, 9 a.m. New Zealand. I think New Zealand is among the first. There might be some before us, maybe, to see the new day, or to see the sun. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm shuffling these cards, and I'm not even intentionally asking some questions. Let me just ask those questions. So, Queen, let me just center on you for a moment. The truth about certain stuff. Feels like you're being lied to and you're upset. Okay. So is there a specific question you want me to ask? It'd be really helpful. I'm trying to refine my question and answers so that it doesn't take an age to get through the readings. Let me just have a look through here. I'm not going to write these off. You know what? I'm just looking at these, and I am reading them in relation to you, especially given what I'm seeing here. What's the message that the people I've been listening to, music's been trying to tell you? It seems like a warning. Also a warning about nursing. Yeah. Here's the thing, right? I'm going to pull some more cards. But from what I'm seeing here, I've got the Tower. I had the Tower, Six of Pentacles and Two of Swords coming out in reverse, and then I had this bunch of cards coming out as well. I'm going to pull some more cards, but from what I'm seeing here, actually, and especially given this Crossroads of Destiny portal, I think that, this speaks to the reading that I started this live with, which is about facing your fears. So, right off the bat, I'm going to say whatever's coming up for you in terms of fears, just allow yourself to process them and recognize them as fears. Now, let me just dig into this a little bit more, because I have a feeling that your question is going to be helpful to those of us that are here. Now, what's the message that the people I've been listening to, music, been trying to tell you? I don't want to write off your fears as ungrounded, but what I do want to do is actually take a moment, given what we just finished reading, or given what that collective read was saying. And given what I know about integration and about fear in general, is that a lot of it is actually unrealized. We have a lot of stuff happening externally, right? And it's not to invalidate any of that. But there's a lot to be said about, and I don't know if you listen to the likes of Bashar, but to me, a lot of what he says is common sense. But that's the way I've learnt to appreciate the way reality works. And basically, you're in your own experience, right? It's like that, and we're probably going a little deeper, maybe, than what it is you're asking for. But I think it does bear keeping in mind that if you are being or having your fears flagged, take the opportunity to look at what they are, and then to ask yourself, how realistic is this in regards to my own experience, or how relevant is this to my own experience? Do I want to experience this? If I don't, what do I choose instead? Okay, so anyway, let me go into it now that I've said that. So what is the message that the people I've been listening to have been trying to tell you? Oh, and that's the other thing. If I don't like something someone's telling me, I don't listen. I don't listen. So, those cards that fell out at the front of the read, see, they're coming out again, right? The world is coming out again. It's your chance to actually reorient yourself. Pretty much what I've been saying, but a little bit more concise. I see here that the guidance to you is with the Star, the Queen of Pentacles, and the World. Like this is straight up guidance. In spite of your fears, because it's not necessarily talking to your fears per se. It is talking to the path that you want to travel on, right? Face that. Like I said, it doesn't make your fears invalid. I mean, they're valid, and you can integrate those. But, when you have got these fears, they can be overwhelming. They literally can take you right off your tracks, right? So you can be on your path, and suddenly you notice that there are let's just put ourselves in game for a moment. We're like traveling along. Oh, well, let's pick a game. Oh, let's pick it. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's just. We all know Minecraft, right? So we forget we are in creative mode. And let's say we're used to playing survival mode, and we forget that we can turn on creative mode and be in creative mode. And so, let's just say we think we're in survival mode, and it's actually creative mode, and then a whole lot of creepers and husks and what would be the scariest? And then a bunch of skeletons, and I think the scariest, actually, to be fair, to me, is the zombie babies. Zombie babies, because they're just but the whole mob, because the whole mob shows up, either side of the road. you're traveling on, and suddenly, like, this is you're on your path, and you're like, yes, I'm going to my purpose. I'm like on purpose. Like I'm doing the thing. And then this whole mob appears. Let's just say, what if you're in Minecraft, where are you going? Maybe you are going to maybe oh God, it would be wither skeletons. Let's put wither skeletons, or even a wither. I don't know. Like, just picture the worst mob there, and you're going to get something that you want, or you're building something that you want. Yeah, I think building an awesome farm, and then all of this mob turns up, and you're like, oh my God, what do? So like, you just remember that you're actually in creator mode. That's what you do. Okay, you're in creator mode. And that the mob can carry on doing whatever they're doing because they're not going to be bothering you. Right, long story to get to the point, but do you understand? Okay, yeah, almost Binky. I think this is going to be, I think you've probably almost got this right, Queen. The Queen of Pentacles is like about being grounded, staying grounded, recognizing that, see this, cool. Recognizing that you've got everything that you need right in front of you. There's a big bowl of fruit here that has got some coin in it. Okay, it's got pentacles. I mean, you know, you may be in the process of turning the fruit into pentacles, but just know that it is there in front of you and all around you. Right, focus on that. You are the Queen of Pentacles. You have the ability to create this around you. And whatever cycles are, you know, still sitting there, like karmic cycles, whatever it is that has been part of your past, know that you have got the ability to wrap that up, right? Wrap it up. Wrap up the old karmic cycles, all of the old fears, all of the old stuff that's been sitting there. Start processing anything that is, you know, that is out of alignment with this, with the star. Okay? That's pretty much it. Gang-related stuff. Not necessarily. I mean, if you find that that's the case for you. No, I was just using Minecraft as a, because I love Minecraft and I wanted to gamify I wanted to provide a decent analogy, you know, in terms of what it looks like when you're traveling through life and there are all these fears and all this stuff going on around you, outside of you, and it's like, yeah, it's happening, but like it doesn't have to affect you because you can carry on creating what it is you want. Okay? The more people that do that, the more that actually creates that same energy around you. So focus on that. Focus on your North Star. Focus on what brings you joy so that you can integrate whatever these fears are. Understand that those fears, those things may be real in an experience that is not yours, but you don't have to have that experience. Okay? You can choose. You have the ability to choose. Right. Well, this world here might be speaking to, right, and this Queen of Pentacles. Often when the world appears, it's about wrapping up karmic cycles. So there's no reason why, you know, and I'm not seeing this in this moment. We can probably come back to it, just so that I can cycle through the readings. But what I see here, and I find this is true, especially for like the likes of divine counterparts or what might represent itself as twin flames and that sort of thing. I very rarely use that terminology now, but what I recognize is that you can have synergy with another person that both brings all of your fears and your trauma to the surface, i.e. trauma bond. But you can also have synergy that allows you to be the best version of yourself. Right? Now, if this person is someone that helps you to be the best version of yourself, then be the best version of yourself, wrap up the old cycles, and then trust that that person, if they are choosing you as well, that things will cycle into a new start. But wrap up the old stuff and step into this. So if you want your man back, right? Or you want, and let's not use that. Let's just say if you want a start, a new beginning with your person, step into this and wrap up the old stuff. Okay? Does that make sense? Yeah, I mean, like, if you're going to listen to gang-related stuff, right, understand that you're probably going to have to clear that energy out, right, because, it creates its own energy. There's times where you might want to listen to, stuff that's heavier, but just, like, when it starts to affect your energy like that, like, recognize that it is, so that you can recenter yourself. There are so many ways you can self-sabotage, really. So, check yourself, right? So, but does that make sense? Self-compassion here. That way I can, trust that you've got this, right? You back on your horse and off you go without the fear, integrating the fear. It's not about cutting those parts off from self, but by integrating it, seeing, like when you listen to your gang music, for example, recognizing that, this is a part of the world we live in, but it's not my experience, right? Don't make it yours. Okay? I think you got it. I want to move on, Queen. Right? But I'm going to be back here next Friday. By the way, guys, so this portal of destiny, I'm gonna move on, Queen. This portal of destiny. Okay, actually, no, I think I've said enough about it. I'm just going to carry on. The best way to find out if that person from school has a crush on you is to ask him. So, yeah, but I'll just do a one card. Temperance. I think there's potential there, actually. That's all I'm going to say. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go into a whole full read, and I do want to be able to just carry on. So otherwise, we could take a lot longer. Okay. So, but if you want me to do a full reading into it, just hang about or come back in about. Who else is here? So we got Latoya and Binky. I'm going to put you back here under Binky. We can come back and ask that question, all right? If you're still here. Because, then that way I can dive into it a bit more. Okay, I'm just going to recenter. So, Binky, I'm just going to do Latoya's question and then I'll come to yours. So, Latoya, is there anyone wanting to come back towards you? Possible zodiac signs. Okay. It's funny because I want to talk to you about magnetism. How are you going with, is it like a confirmation on how you've been being with yourself? I say that because it's much easier, or you become magnetic actually when your focus is yourself. Okay. And it's only the way you've posed your question. Is there anyone wanting to come back towards you? Whereas, there's another way you could ask your question, which would be along the lines of, who's coming towards me? I mean, much of a muchness, but, just the possible detection of, or the question I would ask is, what's not to want? So, yeah. Whereas, when you're magnetic, it's like, who's the lucky guy? Tell me about the lucky guy, right? Or tell me, yeah. I see, yeah, cool. All right. So who's coming towards Latoya? Brilliant. Thank you. Who's coming towards Latoya? And we're going to use this deck? This deck or another deck? I want to use another deck. Which deck? This deck? This one? Yeah. Okay. Where is it? Is it this deck? Yes. Okay, it is. It's this deck. Who's coming towards Latoya? Yeah, awesome. I do get it sometimes. Sometimes I'm thinking perhaps you use the word wanting just because you might have been just rushing to get the question out. Who's coming towards Latoya? I don't usually use this deck. I've used it because it's got the astrology on it. And what's really interesting, so Palace of Cups. I'd have to look at this to see whether, this deck has an extra 4 cards in it. Or whether it actually, this is in place of, say, the Page or the Knight. But, we have a home base here with the Palace of Cups, an emotional home base. And actually it's really nice. It reminds me of Atlantis. Oh, that's because it is Atlantis. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll just hold it up here. Actually, you're right. Blinky might have asked before you, but I just took it from the first comment. So I'm already on this one now, so I'll just carry on. And I apologise, Blinky, because you were right. You did ask first. It was just that Latoya had just jumped in to say she'd just subscribed, so I presumed that she was subscribing because she was about to ask a question. So just hold on and we'll get to you, and I'll make sure you've got a good reading. So what have we got here? We've got the 5, 6, 7 of coins and the 5 of wands. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, hang on a second. I'm looking at it going, oh my God, I can't read the symbols. Oh, for real. I need to get my book out. Where's my book? Oh God, where is it? Like, bring it to me. Give it to me, give it to me. Right here. Palace of Cups. Okay, no, we're just going to leave that one here. We're going to go to the Seven of Coins, Seven of Pentacles. Where are you, Pentacles? Here we go. That one is... Oh yeah, is that Taurus? Okay, Taurus, and yeah, we know it's Earth. And the Five of Wands. I know it's fire, but what is the Five of Wands specifically? Leo and fire. Okay, so that's looking at what I'm seeing in terms of signs. You know, like, I'm going to step away from that. This might be the reason why it's not being, like, absolutely clear to me right on the outset as an energetic reader. What I'm seeing more is the guidance here, and it's about trusting in the process, right? Trusting in the process. So that's what the Seven of Pentacles talks about. It's about allowing the fruit to ripen before you go picking it, kind of thing, and knowing that it is going to ripen. The fruit in this case is you. And so you are... like being guided to recognize that what's yours is yours. To allow the fruit to ripen basically is allowing what is or who is coming towards you to come towards you. With this Five of Wands here, you know, the Five of Wands speaks to conflict, and this card here is like some like there's a bunch of guys beating each other off. I mean, they just came out so wrong. I'm so sorry. That is not what I meant. Far out. So I can't even. There's a bunch of guys that are in competition with each other, basically, is what I mean to say. Oh man. I probably need to go and have a break. Maybe after Binky's read. There's a bunch of guys that are competing with each other here, okay? So what I'm going to say to you is, like, putting my adult boots back on, what I'm seeing here clearly is you being called or being guided to create this space for yourself where you are the space, right? You are the emotional base. XYZ. Oh, hi. Yeah, I remember you from last week. Yeah, absolutely. You are, I've got this Latoya, who I'm reading for now. Then there's Binky. And then there is Queen. If Queen is still here, and XYZ. And then you are there. Okay, cool. So, yeah, it's not too long. And if we are able to power through these reads, then it should be... I reckon about 20 minutes, maybe, ish. So, because I think we almost here with Latoya's read. Let me just see what's on the bottom of the deck here. Oh yeah, look at that, lovers. Look at that, lovers. Just going to park this here, because I know this is going to want speaking to. So... You're being guided to create the space within yourself where you are, I'm going to say, emotionally sanguine or emotionally settled within yourself, where you are the home, right? You are the home. You are the beacon. You are the home. You are the Atlantis. Okay, and I'm going to ask you what that means to you. And with this Seven of Coins or Seven of Pentacles, trust, right? Trust that, that in this creating, that you are drawing to you this person. And if you are not of age of this kind of intimacy, then, you know, like, not this, right? I haven't specified over the age of 18, but yeah, if you are not over the age of 18, then I am definitely not recommending any of this, okay? Like, yeah, so maybe specify your age so I can tell you that I can't read for you, or that it is going to be a reading that is legally compliant. So yeah, I think just to wrap this up, like, if you trust in the process, create this Atlantis within yourself, know that you know you are going to be drawing to you the person, right, or the persons, and then it will be, like for me, seeing the lovers here, a case of like making a choice. So if you're choosing a specific person, right, yeah, and I've got the King of Wands here and the Four of Pentacles. So if you are, you know, and the reason why you've asked about a Gemini, and the King of Wands actually, I think, is a fire sign. So, I mean, this doesn't mean that it doesn't have to be the person that you've got in mind, but the person that that I'm seeing circling here is fire sign. That doesn't mean that the person that you've got in mind, it's not them. It could mean that the person that you're thinking of, if it is them, they could have a bit more fire sign representation, even though they are Gemini, right? So, yeah, but I'm seeing earth and I'm seeing fire. You got it? Okay, cool. All right, so you know what you've got to do. And there's this Five of Cups coming up here, right? Five of Cups. If there's any part of you that's feeling like you've lost something or that something is amiss, integrate it, right? Just allow yourself to do whatever grieving or whatever sadness you need to do to allow that to not be a factor here. Any internal conflict as well, because you don't really want people fighting over you, I would say. Like, you don't really want to be creating conflict, right? An energy of conflict. I don't think that's conducive to, your well-being in general. Doesn't need to be that way. But yeah, like, I think if we're looking at this as a kind of, I don't know, like, I just saw like an animation. It's more of a, oh God, how do I put this? Just to let you know, rather than, wanting to create that environment, because you really don't, just know that doing this work is bringing your person to you. It's just that I can't tell from what I'm seeing here, but this person will be very much, I would say, a king to you. You create this within yourself, this Atlantis within yourself. And, I see somebody that is stable. But as I said, like, just trust in the process that you're on at the moment and integrate. If you've got any sadness here about this other person or this person that you've asked about, integrate it. Right? This may or may not be them, but whatever the outcome is, you'll be happy with it. Okay? And it will be an outcome that you actually choose. All right? So that's it, Latoya. That's what I'm being given to give you, and I know you're going to be happy with this. But like I said, just these two, like watch these two here. Cool. So yeah, hopefully that is what you needed to know right in this moment and has got you on your horse. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm glad I could provide you with that bit of direction. This is a cool card, actually. I don't usually use the deck. I'm going to put this deck back. I call it the special occasions deck. I probably should use this deck more so that I get to learn the symbology. Oh, thank you, Latoya. Thank you. I appreciate the gratitude you're showing. I'm here for that. Hype that. Okay, so yay. Let me come back to the chat. Binky, are you still here? Ah, yeah, awesome. And let me just, before I go into this reading, so XYZ, I've got you on the list. Well, Queen next, if Queen's still here, then XYZ. And let me just have a look down this here. Sublime. Oh, thanks for the sub and like. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to throw you on the list here. And then Hannah Me. Yep. Yeah, cool. Okay. So it looks like these readings are about 10 minutes each, which is good. I think if I'm getting I think it's about 10 minutes each. So, XYZ, yeah, yours will be probably in about 10 minutes unless Queen is still around. Okay, so let me go back up here to read. So XYZ, then Sublime, then Hanami. Okay? Or if I come back up here to XYZ, I used to like someone, haven't talked in a while, want to know his feelings, like when he will reach out. Also, if he's interested in anyone else. Okay. So, am I using this deck, yes or no? No. Okay, which deck? This one. Okay. This one? This one. Clear and concise reading, this one? Yes or no? No. We want clear and concise. This one? Go with this one. Alright. This one. Okay. So, what are someone's feelings for XYZ? There's someone that XYZ is thinking about. Cool. Just did a little asking for permission. Feelings. I keep in mind that the feelings that we're reading are the feelings here and now. You know, they do shift and change depending on what happens in terms of actions in real life. Okay, yep. So, is he interested in anyone else? Oh, I think that's almost a straight up. I think this is a no. I think your person is focused on creating for themselves. I don't think there's anyone else here in the picture. So, okay, let me go over this Chariot and Ace of Wands, Nine of Wands. This is really good stuff here. This person here, your person is holding the line. Like, this is important to them, but there's some stuff that's got to be processed. Right, you might already understand this. Whether it's stuff from the past or stuff to do with you and them. But there's like Ace of Wands. So let me read what's here. Chariot, Ace of Wands, Nine of Wands, Three of Swords, the World. So your person is... I'd say there's strong feelings here. The head is not necessarily aligned with the heart, though. This card here, these are both, these two sphinxes are heading in the same direction. And I don't know if you can see this figure on the top here. Like I see this as representing you, and these two sphinxes are holding this person up. And it's interesting because they're at a standstill in this image. And the Chariot is usually, moving forward at speed. So, interesting representation. But what it does tell me is that, this person, this person does have feelings towards you. There are feelings here. There are strong feelings. But there might be some integration required in terms of the heart and mind because we're not moving forward here. So the will and the want is there, but the action maybe not as much so yet. Ace of Wands. I don't know if you know much about like tarot, or if you've listened to heaps of tarot reads, but if you have, and if you do, you'll know that the Ace of Wands is a really good sign. Like, it's a sign of passion, right? And the flame or the want, it's a very phallic card. Oh God, you know what? I've got to ask. Hey guys, by the way, if you're asking for me for readings, can you please let me know if you're under the age of 18? Because I do have to watch what I'm saying. And make sure that what I'm reading, because I think I haven't been able to change the... Oh, God, I might have made this available for... Yeah, I might have to go check my settings. Okay, so suffice to say, there are feelings here. Actually, can you let me know what your age is so I know how I've got to tailor this? Guys, can you, when you ask me for readings, or when you're putting your questions down, so that I can just make sure that I am being appropriate. Okay. But there are strong feelings here, and the Ace of Wands is generally about the fire and the like the spark, the fire, and the passion that exists here. Okay. The Nine of Wands is about holding one's ground. So, like, this person isn't really going anywhere. They are staying like right here in terms of their feelings. They're like steady. It's not necessarily a comfortable energy, I would say, because it's kind of like we're a little bit worn down. And I would say it's because of this Three of Swords here. So this could be relating to you, as I said, or relating to some past experience that is requiring integration. And this is where the world comes in. So, excuse me. The world is talking to wrapping up of old cycles, wrapping up of karma, wrapping up or dealing to this Three of Swords, the sore point, whatever this is. And probably I'd say until this is dealt to, this person may stay right here where the Chariot is parked up. The want is there, the will is there, but the action not just yet, even though, like I said, the want is there. So, yeah, this person, we see this character looking back on the Three of Swords. Hi, O'Neill. Yeah, sure. There's a few people ahead of you, though. I'm just going to write your name down, and I'll come back to you after this read to just let you know how long I think it's going to be. Maybe about maybe about 40 minutes actually, I can tell you that now, but yes. Unless someone else bails while you're waiting for yours. Oh my God, did I just go into XYZs and I just, oh, far out. Binky. Let me just come back up here. I did, oh my God, I just did that. I was meant to read Binky's and I've gone into XYZ's. Binky, are you still here? Do you get this often? I'm going to wrap this up because I'm almost there with this. I think you're going to have what you need to know, XYZ. Binky, I hope you're still here because, like, this is definitely not something that I would usually do. And I'm going to take it as a sign. Like, yeah, I just want to see if Binky still here. I might have to send an apology to Binky. I know what it is to be overlooked, and hence why I'm asking. It's like it can be a pattern, actually. And, you know, like, not to excuse my ineptitude, but I just recognise how it looks on the other side. Oh no, I think Binky's gone. Oh. Damn, okay. Let me just see if I can. I can't even send a message. Oops. Sorry, Binky. Sending out an energetic apology. Come back, Binky, if you can. if you get this energetically, come back. Like, make it worth it. Or maybe I'll just do one and maybe just tag Binky after. Okay, so XYZ. Okay, cool, you're 19. So, yeah, your person is, yeah, they have feelings for you. From what I can see here, they are wrapping up those feelings. They are wrapping up this old, whatever this old stuff here, whatever this hurt and pain is. That's something that I feel like they want to do. As a priority, and like I said, this may relate to you, given it's in their feelings. If it doesn't relate to you specifically, just consider that it's old stuff that has been mirrored into this, whatever this energy that is being held here. Okay, and are they thinking of anybody else? Is there anybody else? That, to me, this is a no. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the Fool, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Hermit. And the Ten of Pentacles, for me, their mind is on their money. Their mind is on creating what it is that is going to provide a, basically abundance and wealth. They are wanting a new beginning here. I'd say this is probably in relation to yourself, but generally a new beginning. And to work with a timeline, or work out a timeline, or to ride the wheel, or to meet their hang on, I'm like, where are the words? Well, what are the words? It's to do with allowing for divine timing. That's it. So, letting divine timing play out here. And, with the hermit, this is like, this person is going within. This person is doing some inner work here. So, yeah. So, know that, yep, your person has feelings for you. And they are doing some inner work, which to me is really good. This is really healthy. And they are working out how to create what it is they want. Okay? So, yeah. Does that make sense to you? Oh man, I feel really stink about Binky. And if I can... No, I can't do anything. Sorry, Binky. Okay. Contact. Yeah. Oh, that's because when I was pulling the cards, I was aware that I probably was going to be able to see or not see within here, but I'll pull a card specifically. Timing is one of those things that is really dependent on where a person is at. Ten of Swords in reverse. I would say, like, looking at this, like, I can't give you a specific time or day. It will be when this person is feeling like they've managed to heal whatever is giving them this feeling here, this feeling of heartache. And, what I would say to you is, if you've got any of that feeling yourself, like, allow yourself to integrate, right? Integrate, whatever feelings that you have that are mirroring this energy, particularly the Three of Swords. Integrate this within yourself, and trust in the divine timing yourself. Trust in their ability and your own, right? Because the more you do that, the more, especially like given the fact that like this energy here for me is really good juju. It's like the more that you do this yourself, the more your person, especially when you're sharing a field, or sharing a unified field, or sharing a field together, like quantum entanglement. The more you do of this, the more it's helpful for them, right? So you get yourself to that place, and a place where maybe you can reach out, but you can reach out without obligation, or without creating a sense of obligation, because if you're in this place here where the world is yours, and you can reach out to your person without attachment. It can provide the means for them to respond. But it's getting yourself to that place where you can do that. Does that make sense? Otherwise, it'll be when that person is feeling like they are not in conflict, where they are feeling healed and feeling like they can show up without the burden or the pain or the hurt. Does it make sense? Okay, so yeah, that's what I've got for you. Well, Yeah, yeah. But, like, this is good. I think this is good. Cool. All right, so, yeah, do that. Do that work with yourself. It does work. It does help. Everything's going to be good. So, this person, this energy is cool. Your person is solid. Well, it's what it looks like in here anyway. So, yeah. Okay, XYZ. Yeah, I'm glad that was helpful to you. Yes, you are. I'm guessing Queen is gone. And Binky. Has Binky come back? Oh, man. Okay, Binky must have moved on. But if Binky comes back. Okay, sublime. Far out. Okay. Damn. Okay, sublime. So I might do yours and then I might take a break. Sublime. So what's your question? What's coming towards me in love soon? New or old person? Okay. Actually, you know what? I think I might just want to take a quick break now. I'm just going to take 5 minutes. I'm going to go and top up my coffee. So hang tight. And so Sublime, then Hanami, and then O'Neill. Okay? But yeah, just give me a couple. I just want to go and get some more coffee. Oh, right, I think we're here again. Binky, are you still here? Are you back? I did have a panic attack for a moment. Also, hi Benita, if you're still here. So just before I go into this read, I better just check to see if Binky is back. I wonder what the delay is here. I think it's maybe about 3 to 5 seconds. Okay, while I wait to see if Binky. So Binky, let me just put this Binky. I'll put this in here. Binky, are you still here? When you come back in. Sorry for the mix up. Okay, cool. Let me just okay, let's center back on Binky. Binky, if you were like here over the last 10 minutes, you would have heard me having a mild panic attack. I'm going to call it a mild one because I realised that I had skipped over you and gone straight into XYZ's. Sublime, I'm still going to do your read, but I need to put Binky's in first. So, right, here's a question I have for you, Binky. And before I carry on, before I plough on into your reading, so Sublime, I'm going to do yours next after Binky's, and then I'm going to do Hannah, me, and then O'Neill's, and then Benita. I'm happy to add you to the list. And then from there, I think I'm going to close it off. And I think that'll be me for the day, or us for the day. So Sublime. I'm going to do Binky's first. Binky's been waiting for, I don't know, about 40 minutes now, maybe longer. So, but I accidentally skipped Binky's. So I'll do Binky's and then yours, and then the others if everybody's still here. Just know that I will take about 10 minutes per read, maybe slightly longer depending on if it's a reading that requires it. Excuse me, sorry. Let me clear my throat. Awesome, thanks Sublime. Oh, Andrea. Oh, you're still too. Okay, yeah, okay, thanks. Oh, now, where were you, Andrea? Let me just go back up here. I better just make sure this list is good. Andrea. Oh, where should I have put you in? Okay, I'm just trying to comb back through. Okay, new subscriber. Oh, yeah, thanks. Okay, so that would have been after O'Neill's. Okay, yeah, got it. So let me just rewrite this list. So we've got Binky, and then we've got, because I think Queen's gone, Sublime, Hannah May, and then O'Neill, and then Andrea, and then we've got Blues as well, actually. Where did Hannah May come in? Where's Hannah May? Why have I written that? Oh, Hannah May is right up there. Hannah May was after Sublime. Actually, yep, Hannah May's there. Okay, cool, got it. And then O'Neill, then Andrea, and then Benita. Okay, cool. And then we'll close it off after there. Thanks for reminding me, Andrea. Okay, cool. So Binky, what is coming up for you in finances and current job situation? Will I get a new job soon? I desperately need one. I'm broke and struggling. Okay, so first things, right? Energetic reader here. One of the things that I find in readings is that there are no accidents. And with yours, like I totally skipped over you. It was an accident. I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder if this happens to you often. Does that happen to you often? Do you feel overlooked? Like I need to ask this because there may be something that's worth integrating around that before we even get into the reading. Like, is there a sense for you of being overlooked or being missed? Because what can happen, right? And it's only because I've recognised this as a pattern for myself from the past. Doesn't happen anymore, but it used to. Which is why I went into a bit of a panic attack when I realised I'd missed your reading and that like it disappeared. So, okay, which cards? I'm holding this one. I want to do this deck. What is coming for me in my finances and current job situation? Will I get a new job soon? Okay, so what is coming for you in your finances and current job situation? I'll take them all. And this might actually answer the second question. Oh, I'm just reading at the moment. I'm on live. Oh, nice. Have a nice day. Yeah. Okay, I'll take that. All right. There's opportunities there for you, right? There's opportunities. We've got the Eight of Pentacles, which talks about work. We've got the King of Pentacles, which is about being able to do the work and be a boss in it. What we have here, though, that is like, oh, okay, here's something. We've got the Page of Cups, and it's in reverse. The Page of Cups talks about following your heart. And we've got the Hermit, the Nine of Cups, and the Four of Cups. And on the bottom of the deck is this Ten of Swords. Now, you haven't answered me, and so when I've asked you the question, and perhaps you were here when I was calling out for you, and I'm only saying that because I note you haven't answered me now when I've asked you again. So, like, what I'm wondering is how. Oh, you didn't hear the question. Oh, okay, cool. So, what I'd like to know, right, is, I don't know if you heard me ask, do you have this situation often where you're overlooked? No, you're fine. You're fine. But yeah, do you find that you often, or either you're overlooked or where, I'm not necessarily seeing missed opportunities, but what I'm seeing here, right, is two things are standing out. One is this Page of Cups, and the other one is the Four of Cups, because I see here that there are opportunities for you. You've got the ability to step into them, like in boss mode. But we've got this, and the other thing that's interesting to me is we've got this the Ten of Swords here on the bottom of the deck. So it's like when I ask you, like, are you finding yourself overlooked? Are you finding yourself sort of stuck in, like, I'm going to say sabotage, whether it's self-sabotage or whether it's feeling like a victim of circumstances. You know, what's actually going on for you there. Yeah. Yeah, because this is stuff that you can integrate. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so, just 1 second.
All of us.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Have fun.
I'm going to go to get some tablets from Riversley.
Okay, all right.
So they're coming to take me.
Okay, oh, nice.
Okay, so see you later.
Okay, bye. So, this is an energetic thing, right? I'm going to say this is an energetic thing. It might be something that you're used to doing for yourself. I'm not saying that it's your fault. I understand the map because I've lived this map where there's almost a calling to really embrace this King of Pentacles. So, gosh, now how am I going to give this to you in a very short space of time? Like, help you integrate this. So here's the thing, right? I'm seeing that you belong. Right? What I would say to you, like in the area that you want to go into, you belong. Like this is telling, this 8 of Pentacles and this 10 of Pentacles. So whatever it is you're wanting to do, know that you're being told you belong. It's whether you know in your own heart that you do, right? And whether you are clear about it at a heart level. Because I think this is what's going to help you turn this around for yourself. Whatever is causing this energy to stick around. The 4 of Cups talks about, like, it can be about missed opportunity, actually. So here we have this, like, this rat is sitting over the top of these 4 glasses. So, like, nothing can go into the glasses, and the glasses, you probably wouldn't want to be drinking out of them anyway. But what it's speaking to is how there's nothing doing here, right? So, hence we say missed opportunity. And paired with this 10 of Swords, rather, it's like the energy is getting stuck here, and it's one that is like, oh, here's another sword, oh, here's another sword, here's another reason. And like, this might be stuff that's happening at a subconscious level rather than a conscious one, even though you know, right? And then it sends you into this like hermit mode where it's like, well, do I even like stick my head out here? Like, because it's just like, oh, I'm just going to get this more of the same. This is the vibe I'm getting, right? The vibe I'm getting here. And like, as soon as you deal to that, as soon as you like deal to this energy, yeah, as soon as you deal to this energy, right, and this pattern, like the sooner like this stuff here gets integrated, and then you just have this, which is like amazing. So you've got the foundations for what it is you want to achieve here. The foundations are here. But you're going to need to deal with this energy here. And see, we've got the World card right underneath. Here's the thing, right? We're in this amazing portal. It's the Crossroads of Destiny. And if you can make some really clear choices for yourself in this moment, and the choice for you might be something along the lines of, I choose to first I might make an assumption, right? I am is the assumption. I belong, right? I deserve the best in life. I deserve the work that I want. I deserve to be paid well for it. So start to make some of these assumptions, record yourself saying it, upload it to YouTube as a short. You can unlist it if you want and play it on loop until you are hearing these assumptions over and over again. Make yourself a playlist. This is going to be one of the most powerful things you can do. Of all the assumptions that lead you to believing that you are, and that you can, and that you have, and that you will. Does that make sense? That is going to help to shift this energy. The next thing you want to do is make a set of choices for yourself. So look at everything that is creating this energy for yourself. So let's just say, I don't know, things always go wrong for me. I always miss opportunities, right? Write all of those things down. So this is how you're going to make your choices. Write all the things down on one side. Draw up a list. Get a piece of paper out. Draw a line down the middle. And on one side of the page, have all the things that are not working. Write all of those things down. And then on the other side of the page, you're going to make a set of choices that contradict all of the things that aren't working for you. So start with this, this energy here of all the swords that are sticking in you. You're going to pull all of those swords out, and you're going to use each of those swords as a line that you're writing of all the things that aren't working. This is how you're going to integrate this. This is a little bit of magic you can use if you want to. All right? But as you write those lines down, just picture those swords coming out. So you're putting them on paper, the things that haven't worked, and then you can discard the swords. That's if you see this. If you don't worry about it. Just write down the things that aren't working. And then, like I said, write down the contradiction to those. So if for example, things never work out, that's one of the things you write. If you write something like that, the choice you will make is, I choose to experience everything always working out. Right? So make sure that you put it in the present, your choice. Right? I choose to experience. So the words you want to use when you're making choices are words that are oriented in the present. So experience, embody, be, express, those sorts of things. Right? So that's how you're going to write your choices out. So another thing that you might tell yourself is, I always miss opportunities. The choice that you'll make that is the contradiction to that would be, I choose to experience things always working out for me in the best way possible. Okay, so you got that. So that's how you're gonna shift that. So I would make this a priority. Do this because we are in this portal. This portal is important. We're working. I don't know if you guys are checking the Schumann resonance frequency, but it's been peaking out over the last couple of days. And this portal is supposed to be closing in a few days. And you can ride the energy that's here at the moment. And this technique that I'm giving you, this stuff is powerful. So use it. Use it for yourself to create the life that you want. And if you don't need to be here listening to me, go off and do it now. Make the most of your time. So do that. I'm just going to assume that you're going to do that, right? So that you can not only make those choices, but like I said, take the time to record them, upload them as a 2-minute loop that you can play, right? Especially those I am statements. Play those on loop, so that you're reprogramming your subconscious. And do it before you go to bed, and then just let yourself listen to yourself while you're sleeping. Just play it down low. You don't need to do that for too long. You can probably just do it for a few nights. It's pretty powerful. They say, a couple of weeks is good, but yeah, I would say a few nights and you'll have it. And those choices, what you want to do once you've made those choices is you want to create then a set of actions that align with the choices. So you've got the two columns. One is what isn't working. The second is the choices that you're making to contradict what isn't working. And actually you want a third column, which are the choices. The alignment. Right, what you're going to do, what actions you're going to take that align with your choices. Because choices without action don't create the reality you want. So, but I mean, it's going to take you longer. So, for example, if your choice is to experience everything always working out for you the way you want, the action that you might choose to take is to go and do something that is what you want, right? Something that is achievable, but it starts to cement those choices in. Does that make sense? It's pretty much the guidance. That way, whatever it is you're pitching for comes to you easily, and that's another choice you might want to make. I choose to experience everything coming to me easily. When your choices, try to steer away from words that are in the negative, because the way that the subconscious works, it can pick up on those negatives. Okay. Call centre job. So if you're wanting a call centre job, right? Like I said, I've got this energy here. These are the first two cards out here. The Eight of Pentacles is about working. The King of Pentacles is about being the boss in that job. You've got the potential to do what it is you want, and to be paid well, and to have a leadership role in what it is you're wanting to do. Like that is there. And once, I'm putting this energy, like integrating it, assuming you're going to go off and do the things that I've said or along those lines, the only other things I would say to you is if you're following your heart, right? The Page of Cups and the Nine of Cups is about wish fulfillment. The Page of Cups is about following your heart. What it is you want, you can create. So what I would say to you is to spend a couple of days, because especially where there's fear present for you around, these things, how do I make this work? I need money. Like that can create a lot of fear for you. Like as soon as you do this integration and you step into this knowing that you've got this, right? You're following your heart. What you wish for is coming to you. Like you will create this, but you're also going to wrap up, right? The world here is telling me you're going to wrap up any old cycle of self-sabotage around getting what it is you want. So that when you come to the queue, you're like, hey, I'm here, it's my reading. Just as an example. Because I don't want to make this about being your fault. It's nothing like that. It's more of a like where there's a pattern that exists. Energetically, you're dealing to it. I was going to say, does that make sense? But I think you've got it. So in terms of you being able to do this, I think if you do this what I'm telling you, do it today, and then spend the next couple of days like listening to yourself on repeat, so that come Monday, you're like, even over this weekend, it doesn't even need to be tomorrow, the next day, or Monday. It can be today, where you completely reorient yourself. The thing with quantum shifting is that you can do it in a second. But some of us need a little bit more time to work out the nuts and bolts. So, yeah. So, I mean, if you've got this now, where you're off, where you're like, you're confident and that you can go off and get what it is you want, then know that it's yours, right? Know that it's yours. But if you're needing to go do the things that I've told you to, go do them, so that like within the next couple of days you're in a completely different experience. Okay? Yeah. It works. It really does. Because, it's just energetically you can shift timelines really quickly. But yeah, especially now in this portal, and for anyone listening that is resonating with this, you've got the tools. Those tools usually, you've got the tools. So, use those tools to your advantage. In terms of time frame, what I would say to you is that aligned action, once you've got the choices made, know that you're in this energy, look at all the places that you want to work at, and start pitching your bow is are the words I'm hearing, but I think it's probably what is a simpler way of saying that? It's just, go put your application in. Go make yourself known, because you'll be in this energy here where what's meant for you is yours. And knowing that you're not going to be overlooked anymore and you're not going to miss any opportunities because you'll be clear energetically about that. Okay? So, yeah, that's pretty much your reading. I don't know whether, it's going to come down to you in terms of time, right? But things can happen in an instant. You can create an opportunity within a matter of hours, a matter of minutes, hours, as long as it takes for you to recenter your energy, be clear about who and where you are, and then going and saying, I'm here, basically. Okay? So have you got this? Are you good to go? Because you can always come back next week, if you get stuck. I'll be here next Friday. It's Friday. This is Friday for me in New Zealand. Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad that I was able to read for you. I've been here. So, yeah, cool. You're very welcome. Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Hopefully you'll come back and give me an update. But yeah, guys, use the portal. Use this portal. It's it's a once in a 130-year portal or something like that. But don't take it. Don't take my word. Go and see what astrologers have to say about it. Okay. So I'm just going to say a quick hi, Elaine. Probably depends on who is still in the room. I'm wanting to wrap up the readings. So if the people that aren't here, that are on this list, if they're not here when I call their names and I get to the bottom of this list within, say, 20 minutes, then I'll say yeah. So, feel free to hang about, but I'm probably not going to take on any more readings. But I am here every Friday for at least an hour. So, yeah, but I've got Sublime, Hannah, O'Neill, Andrea, and then Benita. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so yeah, thanks for letting me read for you, Binky. Off you go on your horse. Go make your assumptions. Go make your videos that you're going to listen to. Okay. Yay. Whew. And I'm glad I caught you. Because, yeah, it's cool. Sublime. So Lover's Lane. Oh gosh, same thing I just said to Elaine. So I'm here every Friday. What I just gave, like if anyone here, if I'm not reading for you, this like use those tools that I just gave, because they are going to be helpful to you in no matter what you're creating for yourself. If we're talking about love and relationships, I'm going to say do the same thing, but anchor it towards yourself. Like you want a relationship with someone else, create that relationship with yourself, right? And in this moment I'm thinking, each person's situation is unique, so I'll just park it there. But the more that you can choose yourself, the more that you choose to give to yourself. If you're working on or trying to, and use the word trying to, but wanting to create a relationship with somebody else, the more that you create that home within yourself, the more that reality with whoever you've got in mind becomes possible. But they have to choose themselves first, or as well, and then determine whether they're going to choose you. Know that that process might not be a quick one, because while you can, have or create change within yourself, and that creation of change within yourself can affect the other person within the field, that the field that you're in together, they still have to make that, they have autonomy over their experience, and ultimately it's their choice. So, but if you want to use this portal, do those things that I talked about. I recommend them. So, there's other things you can use, obviously, but it's information or tools that, anyway, enough said. Use those, and when it comes to relationships, that's what I'd recommend, is creating that space within yourself to be able to create the conditions that are conducive for the relationship that you want. Okay, so let me get into your reading, Sublime. And for everybody else, I'll be here next Friday, okay? But just Lover's Lane and Elaine, if we get to the end, and I'd say at the moment you're looking at about 30 minutes before we get there. If we get to that place, and I'm still, what am I at, under midday here? It's going on to 22:11 my time. If we're still under midday, then I'll look at those readings, okay? But otherwise, I'd say next Friday. So, Sublime. What's coming towards you in love soon, new or old person? Very good. What deck do I want to use? Probably not that one. This one? This one? No. Clear and concise, this one. Okay. What's coming towards Sublime and love? Okay, I should say who's coming towards. Who and what. Okay, maybe we'll do the what. Actually, no, we'll keep it open. Who and what is coming towards sublime and love. Interesting. Oops. Okay. This is interesting to me. So we've got 5 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. The Queen of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Wands. What is the Queen of Swords pointing to? And, all right. So probably the question I'm going to ask you is, we've got the Nine of Swords right underneath the Queen of Swords. So we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. And you know, typically when the Queen of Swords is upright, she's learnt from her experience, and she is sort of steadfast in her knowing, and also not afraid to speak truth, right? In reverse, I'm not getting a clear read on why in this moment she's in reverse, except that there is some fear here with this Nine of Swords. It's like we're trapped, and we're talking about the sword suit. There's some feeling of being trapped in either one's, I don't know if it's memory or experience of love in the past. Now, when it's paired here with the Five of Pentacles, you know, we've got 5 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which speaks to feeling like we're on the outside here. And, you know, it's almost like when I see this, I'm like, in this context, it's like, is love passing me by? Have I missed the boat here? Is something missing? Maybe let me know where you're at so that I can, you know, speak to this a little more, I don't know about eloquently or with a little bit more clarity. But, you know, with these two, this is what I'm seeing. And yet we've got the Queen of Wands here, so completely different energy. So this is, so I'll tell you what I'm seeing, and then you can tell me where you're at within this picture. So this is what the Queen of Swords is pointing to. It's some fear here, and it's got to do with past experience and the ability to turn it, I guess, into a learning, right? Like we've learnt from the experience, and we're wiser, right? There's some stuckness here. So getting into the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is on her throne, and she is vibing, right? She is vibing. She is, she's able to like basically hype everybody, and because she has a pretty full cup. She knows where she's going. She knows what she's doing. And she is, yeah, just basically, she's thriving, right? Yeah. It was a difficult experience, breaking up with your fiance months ago, and you're working on your healing now, right? Yeah. So I think from what I can see here is like, it's almost like you're being called to focus on that, right? Especially with integrating this energy here, because this one is good, but like this queen here, it's like you're on track with that, right? It's upright. It's to me is representing the fact that, yeah, this part you got, but there's this other stuff back here, and I want to see what's behind this 5p. Yeah, awesome. So if we're looking at integrating this stuff here, and I'd say it's probably shadow stuff. It's stuff that's sort of lurking back there. You probably know it's there. You've probably been working on it, but it's still lingering, right? This feeling of I don't know if it's like missed the boat, or like are things going to come around again, or are, like whatever this fear is that is still here. What's cool is that I'm not seeing like it's not to say that it's not there, but obviously you've worked on it already, or presumably. I'm not seeing like the 3 of Swords or the 10 of Swords. Oh, hang on a second. Okay, cool. But whatever whatever it is for you that is still lingering there, like do the stuff to integrate. And I'm saying I'm not hesitating here, because I'm like, oh, what are the tools for this? Right? What is it that will help you to integrate? Are you clear about what you need to do here? Or do we need to like do a little bit of reach in? Because I know this stuff is helpful to us all, so there's no harm in us going to unpack this a little more. Especially given the the point that we're in at the moment with the portal and the the Schumann resonance frequency. Like, there are times when the veil is thinner. There are times when it's easier to work with the energy. Now is one of those times. I am. Okay, cool. So let's have a look at that. Yeah, so seven of Wands for me is very much about there's that process of to me it represents some inner work here that has to do with boundaries, energetic boundaries. This is what the 7 of Wands represents to me. So, there are different cards that represent inner work within the tarot deck. Like you've got the likes of the Hermit, you've got the likes of the Judgment, and actually maybe most of the deck. So let's just stop there. But the 7 of Wands specifically talks about energetic boundaries, especially in this context. So, like let's look at what those energetic boundaries might be, or what else we can get out of this before I tell you what I think is going to be helpful for you. Right. Okay. So one of the best tools I think that I like, if you like with this Queen of Wands, and I think this is going to be helpful to you, like, and it's going to help. I think this is going to be great. It's going to deal to this, I think. So there's an excellent exercise. This one came from a guy called Aaron Doughty. He's on YouTube. He teaches a lot of about this stuff. But I've adapted the exercise a little. One of the things that helps you to maintain this space of being magnetic, or of being in this energy of the Queen of Wands, right? And basically not being in this energy. So we're not really focusing on what we're not doing. What we are focusing is on what we are doing, right? And one of the best ways to do this is by, when you're looking at your energetic boundaries, is by, if you can picture a flame in front of yourself, that it is your flame, or rather, picture a flame in front of you, that is your flame. And whenever you go anywhere, do this as a practice until it just becomes second nature. Whenever you go anywhere or do anything, bring your attention back to that flame, so that you're basically focused on yourself. Now, one of the reasons I started to do this is because every time I walked into a public space, being really empathic and having learnt as a child to scan the environment all the time, everywhere I went. Now this might be helpful to some of us that are here, but yeah, being fairly neurodivergent, probably as a result of trauma. One of the things that I learned to do as a kid was to read energy and read a room, but I also didn't know how to switch any of that off. So going into a public space, sensory overload. And this exercise, when I finally learnt that it was a thing that I could do, once I started doing it, it really made a huge difference as to how I experienced A, public spaces, and B, my own energy. So you can turn this on and off at will. But like what I learnt, not only was I able to shut down the noise of, or stop scanning all the time and conserve a crap ton of energy, as well as, because when you're scanning, like, you're present to absolutely everybody's energy. It is overload. Like, it really is. We don't need to do this to ourselves, right? And so by focusing on yourself, it conserves that energy. But also what it does, and bringing your attention to yourself, is it creates magnetism. It makes you magnetic, okay? Basically. Not, like I said, it's not why I did it, but I have noticed the difference. I no longer care what other people are doing for starters. I'm just focused on myself. So, so while you're doing this energetically, it's creating this field around you that is definitely not this. It's where you're like, I am the center of my own world. Yeah, awesome. So, yeah. And so, okay, so I'm going to, I've just put this underneath here because, I'm going to consider that you've integrated this energy here. With this practice, I think this is going to deal to that, where you're going to be on top of the world, basically, and, really thriving in this. These are the fears that you've got going on. I'm just going to see what else is here in terms of fears, and then, because like I said, I think this is going to be helpful to anybody that's here. I really want you guys to be able to make use of the rest of the portal if you're wanting to. Yeah, so hence me taking liberties with time with this read. So Ace of Swords, clarity around, okay, stepping into one's own power. On the bottom of the deck, the Emperor. So, the Emperor is all about, I'm just going to say taking up space in the world, right? we've got the Ace of Swords in reverse, and I think this is something that is, or I think this is speaking directly to this Queen of Swords, and this Queen of Swords being in reverse. You might feel like you haven't been able to speak your mind, actually, to speak your truth. You might have a fear of being clear about A, your needs, B, what it is you think. Let me know if that's about right. And that might be, like why this Queen of Swords is in reverse. But it's definitely a factor here. So what's the answer to that? I'm going to put this up here. Okay. The answer is, I know it's Emperor. What else? Oh, in the past? There's still something lingering back here. It's just figuring out what it is. Something to do with clarity. Can we just get a bit more clarity around this? We've got the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Something to do with sovereignty. Sovereignty and being your own base, being your own, something to do with foundation and sovereignty. And we've got this portal on the back, this Three of Wands. This is a little less clear to me, but yeah, I'm looking at, like, the picture that I'm seeing here is to do with sovereignty. Now, this Queen of Swords is very sovereign. The Emperor is very sovereign. There's a message about sovereignty and personal sovereignty and being able to, the Queen of Wands, right? She's in her power. She's generally pretty charismatic. But the Queen of Swords speaks truth. The Queen of Swords says it how it is, in spite of your feelings. That said, on the back of the deck here we have this Strength, which is talking about compassion, like with the traditional tarot decks. The the Strength card has it doesn't have a mouse in it, does it? It doesn't matter. I'm like just being pulled to get to the point. It's like, no, just say it's just compassion. It's fine. You don't need to go into it. So yeah. So employ compassion when speaking the truth, but speak the truth. Like so I've got to ask again, where are you at with that? Because like I said, we have this sovereignty represented here. We have sovereignty represented with the Emperor. And it's like you're being invited to step into embody that sovereignty. And there might be a fear that you have with that, perhaps. So I don't know. That one there is, to me, mostly about, if that is something that resonates with you, it's mostly about making a choice. If that doesn't represent or doesn't resonate or doesn't make sense to you, let me know so that I can just clear that up. But it's funny because as I've hit this, I've started to feel quite tired. And so, there's some part about it that I think is a bit of a sticking point. And the thing is that this might be pretty well hidden, this aspect. I don't know. Like I said, it's making me feel tired. It does make sense, yeah. So this one here might be hidden, like it might be hidden back there. And I would, for you, check the parts. Check the places check the places that you are making yourself smaller. Like and it's easy to kid ourselves, right? It's easy to hide. It's easy to hide away. And to not deal with stuff. And that is the stuff that's sitting in our subconscious. As soon as we see the triggers, like write them down. Like look for the triggers, right? Look for the triggers, especially, over the next 24 hours, note your triggers and see where there's stuff still hiding back there. But for you, like I said, it looks like sovereignty, and it looks like owning, right? This is my truth, this is my right, this is my ability to speak, especially speak, or to have this thought, or to have this experience, and to be at this line with it. I am allowed because I am. So, the same guidance that I gave to Binky, I'm going to leave this reading up and live. Like, go back and find it if you need to, but it does provide, if you didn't catch it, it does provide a sort of a process you can use to create assumptions for yourself that are sovereign, where you create, where you can put that on loop for yourself. And that are tailor-made for you because you're making them, and then create a set of choices around that. And I think you should be right. So I know this is about love, I think, is what we started with, right? What's coming towards you in love, new or old person. But like we've got this portal now on the back of the deck, right? What's behind it? New relationship. New relationship. I don't know if it's a new person or an old person, but new relationship. But do this work so that what you're bringing in is like aligned with your state of being, where you're experiencing the very best of yourself, your sovereign self. Okay? Does that make sense? So, yeah. Let me just see what that is going to look like actually now, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay? So John and Sarah, and I don't know if you guys are both still here, but hi. I am definitely not going to fit in any more readings. There have been a few readings in this lot. I'm going to replay this, or I'm going to allow this set of readings to stay up, and I just encourage you to go back, because you might find something that is helpful to you, especially when looking at the Crossroads of Destiny, which is what we're in now. Oh, that's cool. So we've got the King of Wands here. Match. Four of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Oh yeah. Good evening to you too, John. Oh, you're asking about the job interview. Right, yeah. Oh, if you're around at the end, I'll do a one card, but I'm just trying to wrap up by midday. Same with you, Saron. I'm at 11 o'clock, and I've got 4 more people on the list, if they're still here, and then another 2 that I would read for if they're still here before 12, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So I read for free every Friday. But like I said, we're in the Crossroads of Destiny, and I am going to paste up this one. This is probably one of the few that I'm going to let go out live. That I'm going to replay, because there's the collective read I've done at the top. That's going to be useful to anybody dealing with anything, and especially around this crossroads of destiny, but specifically techniques for how to create what it is you want are in Binky's read. And this one here as well has got a lot of useful information. And what are we at? I started reading at 8 o'clock, I think, around 8:30. So, 9:30, 10:30. So around about the 2-hour mark is where you'll find a decent bit of information. Melancholic, I don't think I'm going to have time today. Yeah, it is deep. These last two readings, this has been a deep read. Like I said, we're at a pivotal time. We have the Schumann resonance frequency, like it's like hearing the judgment call. It's like, everybody get on board. Train is leaving the station, okay? And it's fine, it's like there are always going to be portals around, but like it's like we are at a crossroads here. We really are. So tools. Okay, so let me wrap this up for you. Sublime. And yeah, sorry, melancholic, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I just don't know if I'm going to have time, but I am reading every Friday. But you will get value out of going back over this read, which will get posted up after, and probably around the start and around the 2-hour mark. Now let me just, because I think, if you're drawn to me and this has come up, you'll probably find that information of value to you. Let me just adjust my camera before I carry on. Just wrapping this up, but we're nigh on done here. I just want to take one more minute to close this out. Configure video. Turn down the exposure here. Okay, I think that's a little better. And just that up a little. Cool. Hopefully that's not too saturated. I think that's okay. Cool. So, yep, just to reiterate for you, Sublime and anyone else that's dealing with the same kind of situation, the same is going to apply, right? Not that you're not unique, Sublime, but it's just the techniques in here will give you what you want. And in your case, you have this King of Wands matching energy with you. Okay? So, the Fool for me, it speaks about either a new person or a new relationship. If it's an old person, it's a new relationship. Okay? But just expect new story, new adventure, new journey, because you've basically wrapped up whatever you needed to and integrated whatever is still sitting here in fear. Okay? And yeah, the foundations here that you're creating are giving you this, right? And giving you this beautiful reignition of passion. Okay, so that's you. Your ex is Aries. Yeah, well, I mean, King of Wands, I think, is pretty much. I know. The thing is that if there is still a thing with your ex, and you're still feeling that your fields are overlapped, and there's still potential there, it's possible, right? It's possible. But if it is, I'm telling you that it's a new relationship, right? It could just be that that's your type, and that a new person is coming in. But I would do what you need to here, and sow the seeds for the person that is matching you in sovereignty, in truth, and in power to step forward. Okay? Alrighty. Right. So yeah, do go make your assumptions there, Sublime. Or do the things. You know the things. So yeah. That is your reading. So Lover's Lane. I had Hannah Hannah, are you still here? I had Hannah, then O'Neill, then Andrea, then Benita, then I think it was, I've written down Glennis, but I don't know. It's a scroll that I've got here. I'm trying to go back through. I can't see. No. And then I had Lover's Lane. So, yeah. 6 hours stream. Oh my god, he's still here, Raz. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh god, has it been a 6 hour stream? Yeah, coming. Yeah. So, hey community. Raz is one of my friends from Twitch. So, yeah, awesome, Raz. Thank you. And like Raz knows that I set out to do quick reads, and then they turn into, like the last 2 reads. Benita, okay, awesome. Let's go with your question. Have you actually put yours down? I'm trying to figure out whose name I wrote down here after Benita. Sorry, not Benita's. So, before we go into yours, Benita, Hannah, O'Neill or Andrea, are you still here? Oh, what? Whose name have I written? It looks like Glenn. Oh, wow. So whoever's in here, if you're in here before 12 and you've already asked me for a read, if you're still here, you may well get one because it might only be Benita that's still here. Hannah, O'Neill, and Andrea. Oh, blues. It was blues. Oh gosh, and blues. I might have missed blues as well. Let's write them down here. I need a queue. I need to set up a queue. If anyone that's here knows how to use bots and wants me to read on demand, knows how to set this stuff up, let me know. Because, well, I mean, I don't know about demand, but I could use a queue because I keep missing people. So, okay, right, we're going to assume that Hannah is gone, O'Neill is gone, and Andrea has gone. So, Benita, we're on to you. And if blues and, I don't know, I don't know why I've written Glennis here. Lover's Lane, you guys might still get a reading in here because I think there's going to be time. And I better write down, I don't know if John's still here, but I'll write down John and Saron. You guys might be gone by then, but yeah. Okay. So let's do it. Otherwise I might be able to get out of here sooner, which is even better. So Benita, was Sean behind the account a lone rider that messaged you yesterday? Alright, I'm going to stick with this deck. Yeah. I think so. Looks like it. Page of Cups. A lone rider. This energy looks good. Was it a good message? I mean, we've got the Page of Cups here. And the Ten of Pentacles. What was the message? I'm just going to check it, do a different deck. Because if it wasn't good juju, oh, right, yeah. Yeah, I've just got the Seven of Swords coming up. If it wasn't good juju, this is pointing to something else, but like Ten of Pentacles and Page of Cups is good. Yeah, like we've got, like, look, Two of Cups. Is this person the Emperor, the Five of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Seven of Swords? If this isn't true for you, then I don't know what's going on. Yeah, did this person, like we've got a Page of Cups is about following your heart. It's a heart offering, or it's a heart-led action, if you like. And Ten of Pentacles is talking about longevity, long-term, or endurance, and abundance. It's a combination of the two. And then over this other side, we've got Two of Cups, which is about partnership. We've got the Emperor, which is about, well, sovereignty. We've got Five of Pentacles. It's fear of being left out here. The Queen of Wands, which is about like taking the bull by the horns. It's a, it's kind of charisma, or not just kind of. It's charisma with care. And then we have the Seven of Swords, where we're hiding away. So if that is resonant with what energy you've received, then yeah, that was Shan. Three of Cups. Oh, you blocked. Oh, right. Okay. Well, yeah. This person is, this here is. Yeah. This is what it looks like. I'm getting a yes anyway. I'm getting a yes. Okay? So, yeah. Is there anything else you need to know? That was pretty straightforward. Like, here's the thing, right? One of the things I've found with tarot is that, like, it pays to ask. It pays to ask. And whatever answer you get, take that as true, unless it's going to affect if it's going to affect yourself, because, sometimes what looks clear, and this looks clear to me. I don't think there could be any more yes than this. But, like, I've been proven wrong. Okay, I would ask. So yeah. So are you good to go, Benita? Hi, Plenty. Oh, Andrea, yeah, you're back. Oh, cool. So when you're ready, Andrea, give me your question and we'll go into it. Yeah. Well, it suggests, yeah. This to me suggests that this is not a fleeting thing. This is like this feels like real deal stuff. I mean, Page of Cups is somebody who is just making their way out in the world. They haven't reached, king. But the Emperor is very, well, I've used the word sovereign, and it's for good reason, because the Emperor is sovereign. See, this Emperor is not afraid of taking up space. Like this tree here, it takes up a lot of space. It takes up all the space. It's grown to maturity, and but yeah, if we're looking at just the Page of Cups, it's like we have someone in their feels. We have someone who is in their heart, and paired with this Ten of Pentacles, it's like there's a lot of grounded care here. Family friend used to be a crush. Oh, right. Yeah. Yep. Well, I mean, it's hidden. It's hidden with the Seven of Swords. But this looks right. But I would ask a straight question and watch his reaction. See what he does, and whether he answers. You know, when you ask, "Did you message me?" And if he says no, well, let it be no. If he says no, but shows it's a yes, question it. And if it's a yes, then there you have your actual answer, and you're very welcome. Okay, so Andrea, Planty, I'm going to close up the readings. I can feel myself getting tired now, so I'll finish up the ones that are here already. But I read every Friday, okay? So in regards to Matt, if you see Matt as an older brother, just while I'm waiting for Andrea's question, if you see Matt as an older brother, and you can tell him with care and compassion, then yeah. I mean, if that person, if he is holding space for you, yeah, you can tell the truth, but tell the truth with care. And, with kindness. Okay, so Andrea. Let me just put a call out for Andrea. Andrea. I wonder if I can add Andrea. Hi, Andrea. Your turn. Okay, so how will he react? I would just say, actually while I'm waiting, so I just check here. So Andrea, Lover's Lane, if you're still here, Glennis, because these are the ones I need to focus on first. Blues, if any of you guys are still here. John or Saron, let me know because I will read for you. And while I'm waiting, I will pull cards for you, just because there is nobody else in the queue that's stepping forward at this moment. Okay, so how will he react to you saying that? Oh, you're lucky. You're actually lucky. You're used to being in the right place at the right time, huh? And for being able to create opportunities. So there might be some sort of a little bit of initially with the Four of Cups here. There might be an initial bit of resistance or the appearance of being a bit like, how would I describe that in visuals or in words? I've been like, oh, you're well, all right then. That sort of energy. But behind that remains this care, or this sense of care, like this grounded care. So if you experience this sort of energy from this person, I don't think that'll change. And with the Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck, it's somebody who is still holding their ground. So it's like whatever feelings they've had are not necessarily going to disappear overnight, and they might be a little bit. I don't know if the word is resistant to that truth, but at least they'll have a choice as to whether they continue to hold space or move. But I see here this person is long hauling it. Right, I feel like there's a long haul here with the pentacles. And the pentacles doesn't move. It's energy that doesn't move very fast, but it's certain and steady. Yeah. So, yeah, but they're ones of care. So, you know, like with the pentacles, like the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, it's ones of care. This person cares. Like this energy is nice energy. Like this energy is not like sweeping in and then sweeping out and doing all sorts of, you know, it's like. But so if you want a long-term friendship, right? This looks like the kind of person that you could have a long-term friendship with. Heartbroken. I don't see heartbroken. I see more of, whatever kind of energy, right? So let me just see what feelings. I'll put it back in the deck and we'll see if it comes out again. How will Planty's person react? Yeah, so we're seeing this Two of Wands again. I think, you know, and we're back in Pentacles and Cups here. I think this person does have feelings for you. We've got this Nine of Cups here, which is like wish fulfillment. I think this person is interested in you. But, you know, like if you want to know, ask them, right? Ask them. Don't take my word for it. Ask. There's some fear here. But yeah, I do. I think this person has feelings for you. I think they're pretty grounded feelings. They're not like flighty feelings. But, you know, this person is keen. So if you want to know, ask them though. And oh, hang on. I might be getting my wires mixed here. But if you're, hang on. If you, yeah, all right, you did say if he has got feelings for you, yeah. So I would ask, but it looks to me like that's a yes. It looks to me like that's a yes. But they are grounded feelings, feelings of care, feelings of something that could turn into something long term. And as an older brother, yeah, I don't see that being a problem. But, you know, I'd just be kind about it if you don't have any feelings at all. If you have feelings like, you know, like you like that person, I mean, and if it's safe for you to have that conversation, then there's no reason why you can't. Yeah, and absolutely when you're ready. Yeah, I think that's the best way to go. Yeah, so, yeah, and keeping yourself, you know, keeping yourself safe. And when I say safe, I mean keeping yourself in a space of knowing who you are, being clear about what you choose that is right for you, right? So, you know, choosing yourself. And then, you know, and being honest with yourself, and that way you can be honest in your other relationships and what have you. Okay, I think we're done here. I think we're done because the people that are on this list have not stepped forward. So I would say he keeps leading you on, showing interest, but then he's in and on-off relationships. You're never together. You do have feelings. Well, you probably don't want to tell them if you have feelings that you see them as a brother. Well, mind you, you can have those feelings as well, I guess. I see. I see where you're asking. Well, look, what I'm not clear about here, and this is why it might pay for you to ask not ask me clear questions, but ask him clear questions. Because that way you're able to work out for yourself what is good for you. And then, choose a direction you want to move in. But there's potential there, for sure, right? There's potential. There's definitely potential for growth. I'm trying to remember the last lot of readings, but there is care. There are feelings there. There is care, and there's a good chance that person there. When we're seeing the Queen of Pentacles, I was definitely noticing that there was a mother deer looking after the baby deer. So like that is there looks like a foundation of care. And if this person is having on-off relationships and they're not serious yet, you may want to just, leave that as a seed planted, as a potential, a possibility in future. I mean, sure, declare your feelings and ask about their feelings if you're feeling right about it. But know that they may not be in a place where they can necessarily or want to make a commitment, but you can certainly invite that as a possibility by having the conversation, right? So, what I'm trying to say here is use the divination that I'm giving you as a encouragement to step forward in your own power, and within that power also allowing for the other person to to take the position they take, and know that you can adjust yourself to whatever it is that is aligned with you or not, and then to realign yourself to where you want to be. Awesome. Yeah, awesome. And to how to talk to him. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I would consider myself the last person to give advice on how to talk to a guy. I mean, like, like in all of my decades, the way that I would approach things, and the way that I would say to approach things, is to lead with your heart, basically, and to also use your head, right? To use your mind, but to lead with your heart, and be okay with somebody expressing themselves. And given that I can be pretty direct in that space, I'm not sure that's right for everybody. So when I say lead with your heart, it's leading with the way that is right for you. And and being honest, absolutely. I recommend that. That way everybody knows where they stand, and there's no confusion. Unless any of us particularly want confusion around the more honest we can be with where we're at in the moment. We've got the sun here and the world. It just makes it easier to realign to how we want, or where we want to be in any given space, and it helps us to deal with whatever fear is present, right? Because we can then look at the situation and go, well, this doesn't need to be here in the first place. We can address this, and then we can choose by love. I mean, the Empress is coming out here now to represent that, the full embodiment of leading with love, or leading with heart space. Oh, yeah. Well, take it slowly. There's no rush. If you're, when you're good with yourself, then you can be good with, either somebody saying yes or somebody saying no. Your values, and that's stuff that you can ask about, and you can approach this as a friendship. There's no rush. There's no requirement to rush love. There's no requirement to head into any commitments. There is the time to work out what does align with your values. And, there is also the ability that you have to ask. Yeah, so, all right. I can see you've got this, and I applaud your confidence and your self-possession. It's awesome. Hold on to that. Well, I mean, celebrate that. Your self-possession is awesome. All right, guys, we're down to 2 viewers. Very good time to exit stage left. So plenty. All the best, and whoever's still here, Raz, if you're still here, big hugs. You're welcome, plenty, and have a fantastic week, and also have an awesome rest of your portal, man, woman, us, we. Have an awesome rest of your portal. Ride the frequencies like there is no tomorrow. There is just now. There's just now. Oh, well, Western astrology. The Crossroads of Destiny portal. I don't know if that resonates with or that matches or aligns up anywhere with the Vedic astrology. But the Crossroads of Destiny is a once every 130 years. We're coming to the tail end of it, I think, according to Western astrology. But it's a point in time that that invites you to choose where or what you want moving forward, and then kind of locks it into place. So, yeah. But have a look at it. But yeah, I'm going to go. Man, I'm tired. Oh, yay, we're down to just you now. Definitely the time to exit stage left. Let me know what you think anyway. Give me a yell in Discord when you get there. Good times. All right. Actually, before I go, since it's just you and I, how are you? Actually, just let me know in Discord, because I need to get out of here. I need to go and have a coffee and chill. Because it hasn't been quite 6 hours, but it's been long enough. Okay, right, I'm closing down the stream now. See you later. It's time for us to go. See you later. Something, go. Yeah, go get my coffee. Okay, bye then. And talk soon. Okay, bye.